Hello, welcome to Any Other Business with Ian Hibbert and Lee Hunter. Now, members will be aware from recent correspondence that NJC conciliation talks will be taking place next week. We received some questions from members, so we'll start off with them. Ian, what is the NJC?
The NJC is a body made up of representatives of the employers and representatives of the employees. The employees' representatives are the Fire Brigades Union. Each side has their own joint secretary, so at this moment in time, the joint secretary for the employers' side is Sarah Ward, and the joint secretary for the Fire Brigades Union is our Assistant General Secretary, Ben Selby.
Thanks, Ian. And what will conciliation talks with the NJC entail?
So essentially, we are able to refer matters to the National Joint Council if we are unable to reach agreement. So, like with our current disputes, if we have been unable to reach agreement locally, which has been the case, we can refer that issue to the National Joint Council for conciliation. Essentially, what that entails is the joint secretaries from both sides meet with representatives from the service locally and representatives from the FBU, myself and Lee. It will also be Executive Council member Les Scarrett, and they will attempt to mediate between the two sides and see if we can find some sort of amicable outcome to it.
Great stuff. And we've been asked, where are these meetings going to be held?
Yeah, the talks through the National Joint Council are generally held in London. However, on this occasion, we have, through mutual agreement, decided that those talks will be held in Liverpool to speed up the process.
Great stuff. Has there been any hold-up in getting these talks arranged?
No, not particularly. In fact, they have actually been arranged quite quickly. Due to diary commitments on both sides, obviously there are a lot of moving parts. We were offered a couple of dates. One of those dates was towards the back end of November. The other couple of dates were for next week. Obviously, it was our preference to get these matters resolved, hopefully, as quickly as possible. So we elected to take the October dates, even though it is a very short turnaround for us to prepare and get all the documents in order.
Great stuff. And a question we've been asked several times is, what are we hoping to achieve from these talks?
What we're hoping to achieve is essentially some sort of agreed outcome to everything that we have been going through for, since 2016, arguably on the original day crewing contracts that were disputed.
Okay, and again, what happens if we cannot reach resolution?
Yeah, we'll enter into these talks in good faith, with an open mind. Our view is we want to resolve these issues as quickly as we possibly can. Members will be aware that, we originally made a request for referral to the National Joint Council in May 2022. That request was denied by Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. Obviously, it has subsequently been agreed now. What we would like to see is, an outcome that is acceptable to FBU members and is acceptable to the service.
Okay, and just off the back of that, one other question that's been brought up, which isn't NJC related, is there anything else that members should be aware of that's happening at present?
As always, there are lots of things going on, within the Fire and Rescue Service. Myself and Lee attended a CRMP meeting on the 21st of September. For those who aren't already aware, the CRMP is what was previously the IRMP. There were a couple of issues raised in that CRMP. Two of note were discussions around small fires units, and again, these are early proposals, nothing is decided yet. Members who have been in service for a number of years will remember that in the mid-2000s we actually had small fires units in Merseyside. They're essentially transit vans, with some water on it, and they were sent out to secondary fires. The FBU raised serious concerns around the safety of operating these vehicles, with limited numbers of crew, the potential for members to be flagged down or redirected to something that they were unable to put safe systems of work in to deal with. After FBU members refused to ride those machines for quite a period of time, they were removed from service. The other item that is quite concerning was discussion around riding 3 on frontline fire appliances. Now, the riding of 3 on fire appliances, has been challenged in every brigade that has been brought in. There is currently a campaign ongoing in Cambridgeshire around riding 3 is not for me. This is essentially putting members at unacceptable risk by once again sending them out on appliances where they may in all likelihood be redirected or flagged down to another incident, and when we are only riding 3 on appliance, it is not possible to put in place any safe system of work. As I say, these are currently proposals in the very, very early stages of the CRMP. We did voice our concerns over even the inclusion of them at this point in time. We will be monitoring the situation very carefully.
Thanks, Ian. Okay, comrades, as we've said there, those NJC talks are going to be taking place next week on the 11th and 12th. We will keep you updated. Keep them questions coming in. Cheers.